Welcome to Celebrate the Seasons January 2009 class for twopeasinAbucket.com. This month's seasonal sketch is based on this quick two-page layout that I drew and based my layout on. It will work for any number of different seasonal layouts. My particular photos are snow photos, but you could also use New Year's photos or resolution. Maybe you want to do a New Year's resolution layout, anything like that. The first thing I'm going to do is just trim off that extra border on my brown Bo Bunny paper, and then I trim down the white cardstock to about 10¼ inches square, and I adhered that to the brown. And then I'm just cutting down this red snowflake paper from October Afternoon to 6 inches by 7 inches. And then that will go in the upper left corner of this side of the layout. Right below that snowflake paper, I'm going to adhere a row of 3 2x3 photos. I printed them all on one sheet of paper just to save some time. I edited that in Photoshop and then just printed them out together. The large photo is 4x7, and I just left the white border around it from the paper I printed it on. I trimmed down a piece of that craft and blue ledger paper and adhered it in the bottom corner and printed my journaling on it. And then I adhered the large photo with pop dots just for a little added dimension. That blue arrow was cut with the Cricut, with the Graphically Speaking cartridge. And I also used some pop dots to pop it up a little bit too. And then I'm going to use those large smooth gems to just add a little embellishment to the arrow. Now I'm adhering some snowflakes that I also cut with the Cricut. I cut them out of the Basil white dot paper and also some Creative Cafe glitter papers. I really like these glitter papers. They add a nice touch to projects. So I'm just going to go ahead and adhere those snowflakes to the left of the photo, and then I went ahead and just put some string through some buttons, and then I didn't knot it on the back when I got done. I just kind of overlapped it and then placed a glue dot on the back to hold those strings in place, so it didn't add a whole bunch of bulk to the layout, since there already is quite a bit going on there. And I just added a couple of glue dots there, like you can see, and I trimmed off that extra edges with my scissors, and then just placed the button right on my layout. And after I had cut those large snowflakes with the Cricut, I went ahead and used a couple of snowflake punches to punch some additional smaller snowflakes to add to the design. And I went ahead and just adhered those and added some smaller buttons to the center of those snowflakes. And there's what that side of the layout looks like. And I'm going to go ahead and move to the right side of the layout, and I'm trimming down this blue snowflake paper to a 10-inch square and adhering that right to my background. And then this photo strip is 3.5 by 5 by 12. I just created it in Photoshop and printed them all out in one strip again. And I wrapped a little bit of string around the photo strip, as you can see, and added pop dots to the back of this one as well. And I'm going to adhere that with the pop dots. I like the added dimension that the pop dots give photo strips. And now I'm ready to cut my title out, so I'm using the Quick Cuts Revolution, and I'm using this cookie cutter alphabet. It's the Magnolia alphabet. It's one of my favorites, to cut out a couple of the words. Right now I'm cutting the word baby out, and I just place those down on my Revolution 12-inch platform, and then I placed the glitter paper over top of them face down, and then placed the mat on top of that, and I'm going to run that through to cut the letters out. And the Revolution cuts through the glitter papers and also flocked papers and velvet papers so good. I really like how you can create your custom alphabets so easily with it. And here you can see what the letters look like once they've run through. They pop right out. And then for the word it's, I'm going to go ahead and use the same alphabet, and I'm going to use some leftover Doodlebug velvet paper to cut this word out. And once I've got all of my title cut out, I cut the word cold and outside using the Cricut. I went ahead and ran them through a Xyron. It was the easiest way to add adhesive to the back of all of them. And then I'm going to start adhering them to my layout. And I started with the top, or the first word, and I'm adhering it right at the top there. And the Xyron just gives it a nice sticker backing, which makes it quick and easy to adhere to my layout. I'm just going to position it. I didn't push them down really good yet, just in case I needed to move any of the words around. I will, once I have it exactly the way I want it, I'll make sure it's good and adhered. And then I also cut out these cute little tree stems using the Silhouette, one of my favorite tree designs. And I just cut the stems out. You can also cut out the circles for the trees, but I thought it was easier to just cut the stems out of the brown cardstock, and then I punched circles out of the glitter paper and the basil dot paper for the tops of my trees. And then just for a little added embellishment, I'm taking those smooth Hero Arts gems again, and I'm going to adhere those to the pattern paper design behind the title. I'm punching a couple more circles. That first circle was with a 3-inch punch, and then this one's just a little bit smaller. I'm going to layer those and add another snowflake cut from the Cricut on top. And I'm going to add a button like I did to the other snowflakes to this design as well. And I just wanted to add just a little bit of embellishment to the right of that photo strip there on that side of the layout. And I'm going to adhere that with some pop dots as well. Even though I used snow-themed seasonal photos, that you can take the same sketch and the basic design of this layout and use your own photos for whatever seasonal themed layout you want to do. Thanks for watching.